Hello, folks. This is Eddie McVeigh. Excuse me for my little bit of a cough and slightly grovelly voice, but whatever. Anyway, short rant video here. Something I've been hearing a lot lately is a topic I'm hearing brought up lately. And I can't believe I'm hearing this in modern times with all the information that there is in the world out there today. There is a movement of people called flat earthers who believe that the world is flat. I'm sorry, I had to laugh about that one. How much of an idiot do you have to be to believe that the fucking earth is flat? Okay, I understand, a few hundred years ago when people believed that the earth was flat because, the majority of people never traveled any more than further than 20 miles from their home. Well, I should say about 20 U.S. miles, Most people never ventured further than that from their homes. Some people did, and then you had others who were explorers, who went around the world, and pirates, who went around the world and, of course, robbed people and did this and that and everything else. But, here's my thing. I don't care what evidence that you claim that you have for, to explain or to try to prove that the earth is flat. I don't care what evidence that you have. Name one time, just once, name one time that anyone, and I'll wait. I'm not going to hold my breath, but I'll be waiting. Throw it in the comments if you want to. If you're brave enough to do that, go ahead. Throw it in the comments. Give me a reason to eviscerate you. Go ahead and just give me an excuse to eviscerate you. Because explain to me and name one time that anyone has ever sailed a ship or piloted a boat or a ship of any kind off the side of the world. Name one time that it fell off the edge of the world into space or into nothingness. Name once when this has happened. Because if I'm going to explain this to you retards this way. If the fucking earth was fucking flat, the way that some of you idiots are saying, then once you reach a certain point, you're going to fall off the side of the map, basically. If you put the earth as flat, you're going to fall off the side of the world. That's what will happen. Okay? Disagree with me all you like, I don't care, but these are just the facts. The earth is round. It is a fucking sphere. How many satellite photos or fucking pictures taken from the fucking moon do you fucking morons need to learn that the fucking earth is not flat? I mean, how the fuck do you get that idea in your fucking head that the earth is flat? I mean, how the fuck did this happen? I mean, did somebody put that idea into your head? If somebody put that idea into your head, then you know what? The best thing that needs to happen to them is they honestly need to get a ball bat. Somebody needs to take a ball bat, actually, and just click them right across the face with it. Because that's what they deserve, and that's what they need for spreading stupidity throughout the fucking populace. Like, that's something that we need, is continued fucking stupidity. But that's what we're getting with this kind of crap. I mean, really? The fucking earth is flat. Really? My God, I've heard a lot of stupid things. a lot of stupid things, but that one's pretty dumb. Pretty dumb. Now I'm going to try something a little different here, because that's the end of my rant. I'm going to try something different here where I'm going to throw in a little bit of news. I'm going to start off by saying I am not anti-police or anti-government. I'm neither one of those things. I have no problem supporting good government policy. I have no problem supporting, for the time being, I'm going to say decent cops, because I don't believe that there's any such thing as a good cop. There's decent ones, but I don't believe there's good ones. I'll actually elaborate on that point. You cannot call yourself a good police officer if you don't bust your colleagues who are doing crooked things. If you stick up for and protect the thin blue line, then you're not a good cop. And you're in many ways just as guilty as the men and women who are bad cops. Don't say that it's few and far between, because there are enough cell phone videos out there now that show that that's not the case. That there are many, many, many bad ones out there. Or at least we could say there are many police officers out there who do not need to be police officers. They are not cut out for the job. They cannot handle the job. They cannot handle all of the circumstances surrounding the job. And they don't need to be doing it. It's the same regard as where there are some people who go into the medical profession and become doctors and surgeons who don't need to become doctors and surgeons. They don't need to be nurses. They're just not good at it. They either have a shitty bedside manner, or they're trying to operate on somebody and their hands are more shaky than somebody with MS, or somebody with Parkinson's. And I'm not making fun of those people with MS or Parkinson's. I'm just saying. Using it as an example. Like some people don't need to be mechanics. Some people don't, they can learn to work on a car, but that doesn't mean they're going to be good at it. So they probably should find a different profession. But anyway, that's just something I wanted to kind of throw in there, Officers and politicians anymore are doing some really screwed up things. I was reading a story here recently from Michigan where a guy was, he came out and started his car, because it's Michigan, it's winter time, and this guy, he goes outside one morning to start his car. He goes back in the house for a few minutes, and when he comes back outside to get back in his car and turn the heater on and take off and all that, he comes back outside to find a ticket on his windshield stating that he was basically, he was being ticketed because his car was left running with the keys in it and unattended, which is actually against the law in Kentucky as well. If you do this in Kentucky, you can actually be cited for that. $138 ticket. No, $128 ticket, excuse me. It was a $128 ticket. $128 because this man went outside to start his car. He didn't want to sit out there in the freezing cold with the car while it was going through its warm-up process. So he went back in his house for a few minutes. Maybe he had to go in there and go pee. If he would have had a remote start on his vehicle, where the key would not have been left in it, he would have been just fine. Something to think about, isn't it? Just an absolutely ridiculous thing. Or in Florida, here's another story. of where these videos of these are up on YouTube. You can go find them. I'm not going to link them for you. You can go find it yourself. But from Florida, there's a video of some guys who were approached by a local city official who basically told them that because a neighbor called and said that she could smell the barbecue coming from their grill, their barbecue grill or smoker or whatever it was. She called and complained and she didn't like that. So the city came out there and said that they have a city ordinance that says that barbecue smoke cannot leave your property. That if it leaves your property, you can be cited for that. You can get a citation for that and have to pay a fine and such. And then was proceeding to explain to these people how that, you can go buy there's a certain type of smoker that it only releases a very small amount of smoke. It's not much more than a cigarette, than what a cigarette would put out. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I'm not saying that a person should have to smell stuff like that if they don't want to. I'm not saying that, but I'm also saying at the same time, I mean, come on. This is the United States of America. A part of the way things work here is that you have to understand that you have freedoms and you have rights, but so do other people as well. This seems to have gotten lost in the shuffle a long time ago in this country. Religious outfits, organizations don't like it now because of the fact that, they think they're being ridiculed. Well, you did this to other people for years, for decades, when you people were basically in control of the fucking government and in control of the laws. And you were forcing your religious moral values on everyone else. I'm just going to throw that in there too, because it's relevant. It's relevant. But anyway, sorry this wasn't quite as interesting as some of them could be. My rant videos will get better. They will get better. I'm going to start throwing some of my more natural comedy into it. But if you agree with what I say, or you like what I say, or whatever, throw a comment down below. Like, subscribe, and share. If you want notifications from my channel, click the little bell icon when you see it on screen down there, and enjoy the video.